Hey everybody, hope you're all doing fantastic. It's Omar here backing up another video. So today we're going to talk about my favorite GPS watch, and that is the Garmin Fenix 5X. Right after this. Now before we get started, if you could please take a moment to like and subscribe down below. It's just a small thing you can do to help the channel. It's something I greatly appreciate. And then you can also get updates right away for when I post my videos. Now let's get right into it. So design wise, this is a really bulky watch. Definitely gonna stand out in a small wrist. And I do have small wrists, but I love big watches. And just to compare it to the Suunto 9 Burrow, which is also another big watch as well. Now the watch face size is 51 millimeters, and the glass on here is sapphire glass, so you don't have to worry about it cracking, obviously unless you're smashing against rocks. And it's got a stainless steel bezel, and it has 5 physical buttons, as you guys can see, 3 on the left side and 2 on the right side. And when you turn it around, all stainless steel, and it's got the heart rate sensor from Garmin, and this is where you plug in the charger right here to charge it. And then for the silicone bands, so originally this came with black bands, but I changed it to the orange ones, and it's got a quick release feature. And then all you gotta do to change the bands is pull this lever right here. The quick release comes off. And you can buy any interchangeable bands, but just make sure there are for the Fenix series that applies. Now to quickly go over the interface, the top left button, this is how you turn the watch on and off. And the Garmin sign will come up, and just give it a sec to load up. And once it is turning on, it's going to start loading up all the maps on here as well. And that's my favorite part about this. This is literally a GPS on your wrist. Now once the watch is fully loaded, basically this button right here at top left, it's going to be the light button as well. So you press it and the light turns on. You guys can see that. And now if you hold on it, it takes you to this screen right here. So basically you have the option for power off, your music, find your phone, save location, lock keys, do not disturb, and your syncing mode, and then connect it. It just lets you know. And to go back, it's the bottom right button right here. Click it, takes you back. And then if you press this button, so these 2 buttons on the left, the lower ones, so basically they're to scroll up and down. So you press them once, you go through the whole pages. And this one, like I said, go down. And like I said, bottom right is to go back. And then now if you hold on this button in the middle on the left, it's going to take you to the screen right here. So here you can change the watch faces. There's the clock, shows your history, and then you can go through more of the settings as well. Going back, and then this kind of scrolls down. If you hold on it, it doesn't really do anything. It'll take you back. But yeah, and then let's scroll through all interfaces. So now you have your heart rate. You got your training status. Your last support kind of gives you some of the details. Your steps, your rest, your score right there. Your altimeter has your events right here, and has your messages. So the weather, temperature. This one is something I downloaded, so that won't be already installed. You have to download it from the Garmin app. Now for the top right button, if you click it once, it's going to take you to all your workouts. And scroll through a few of them here. It's got a bunch of different workout modes. Quickly scrolling through them, I can show you quickly. It's got hiking, it's got biking, bike indoors, walk, strength training, cardio. And if you scroll down, it's got the navigation, it's got the track me, it's got the map, HRV stress. And if you go here, you can actually add more. So it has other one built in, so multi-sport, trail running, regular running, treadmill, indoor track, climb, mountain biking, pool swimming, open water swimming, triathlon, ski, snowboard, XC ski, soup, row, row indoor, golf, true swing, project WPT, swim run, kayak, yoga, floor climbing, elliptical, stairmaster, jump master, which is pretty cool, tactical, boat, and other. So this button also has another feature as well. So now if you hold on it, it's going to acquire the GPS. It's going to save the point of interest. So that's just a quick way of saving your point of interest and where you are. And here you go. Gives you the information right here if you guys can see. My elevation, my position, and then right here it shows right here start to save. So you can save this location as well. So when you go in the GPS later, you have this location already here. It can guide you to where you are. So that is a really cool feature as well. And it's just nice that it has a quick feature here if you hold on the button. And this would be a really nice feature for people like me, where say if you go to like a big mall of some sort and you forget where you park your car, which I always do. So I have tried this and it has worked. So you know, thumbs up to Garmin for that feature. Now, the bottom right button, as I said already, it is the back button, but it also has another feature as well. So basically if you hold on it, it turns into a stopwatch slash activity tracker. So basically, as you guys can see here, it shows lap 1. So if you want to use it as a regular stopwatch, you can. So just press the top right button to start, and then the timer starts. And then to stop the timer or pause, same thing again, top right button. Then you have the option to resume or done. So if you're just using it as a regular stopwatch, you time it again to resume, and starts again. And then if you are using it, just instead of going in the workout mode, just to quickly go into something you're trying to time, like say if you're running or doing laps or sprints, for example, you can press the bottom right button now and it'll change it to the next lap. And there you go. So that is another quick feature as well to get to there and record laps. And like I said earlier, it is a pretty big watch. It will stand out on small wrist, and it does have some weight to it as well. It's about 98 grams. So yeah, not a small watch, but it is quite comfy. And it's basically what it looks like on the wrist. I won't tie it up yet. And as you guys can see, it is sunlight readable, and it has the backlight on as well. And it's an always on feature, so it's always going to have the display on. I just want to quickly show you guys as well how the map looks and how you can use it to navigate. So what you want to do is click the top right button. It's going to take you to the workouts, but you want to scroll down and find where it says navigate, and then click the top right button. And now this is the cool thing about it. Like I said, it's a full-blown GPS right on your wrist. So as you guys can see here, it has point of interest. So you can click the point of interest that you have. So cities, food and drinks, and fuel service, etc. Go back. You can find what's around me as well. So you click that. It'll load the map. Just give it a sec to load. So once this feature is loaded, this is what it looks like for around me. So the scrolling buttons you can use, go through. And if you want to see what it's highlighting in that area, if you guys can see that, just click the top right button and it'll show you what's around you, and you can select a point. So say if you want to go to custom bikes, click here, top right button, and you can press go. So that's another cool feature as well. Now if we go back, it's also got a bunch of courses you can plan, road trip courses, activities, save locations, sight and go, coordinates, and just use the map in general. And then you can use the map however you want. So basically this is what it looks like. So when you just use the map, so the scroll down button, so when you're going up and down, so this, as you guys see, there's a plus sign. So if you click it, it zooms in, and it only shows all the streets as well, which is cool. And then the bottom left button zooms out. And if you click the top right button, so this is when you click it once, you'll see the arrows, now it's going up and down. So basically you can scroll up and down on the map. Now sometimes it can lag, so just give it a second. There you go. Scrolls up. And then to zoom in, click this button. So before you do that, if you click it again, now you see the arrows going left and right. So same thing, left, right. Now click it again. Now you can zoom in again as well. And that is cool because it really highlights all the streets and everything that's around you. And the cool part is, if you zoom all the way out, just give it a second to load. Zoom out again. Like I said before, it has all the maps of Canada, and literally if you zoom out, it literally shows everything, like all the ocean, water, etc. So that I find is a really cool feature. And basically I've zoomed out to the max right now. You can see all, the lakes, and just, it's an awesome feature to have, and I just love having this on my wrist. And that's why for me it's my favorite hiking watch and my favorite GPS watch. Now, going over the features of what the Garmin 5X tracks, so it does have 24/7 heart rate tracking, and like I said, it's on the wrist because it has the heart rate monitor on the back. But the cool thing you can do is you can add an external heart rate strap as well. So I have one right here from Garmin. So this connects to your watch, and it's cool because that way you can actually get 100% accurate reading of your heart rate. And obviously next you can track your workouts. It goes full in depth like I showed you guys. I didn't go full in depth, but you can see all the overview. It has a GPS on there, so GPS tracking, it's pretty accurate. It also does sleep tracking as well. And so basically for sleep tracking, it won't really show it on the watch. So once you wake up and you connect it to the Garmin app on your phone, that's when it'll show all the breakdown of sleep. I can show you guys right here. So when you go in the Garmin app, you just find sleep. And so at the top, it's gonna show you the total hours of what you slept. And then it's gonna have a check mark here. So the reason why it does have the green check mark is basically in the app, you can set a goal for the amount of hours you wanna sleep. And because I reached my goal, that's why there's a check mark right there. So yay for me. And so it breaks down the stages of sleep as well. So here it's got the deep sleep, light sleep, REM sleep, and time awake. And here if you scroll down, it breaks it down even more in this little graph it has. So that is really cool. Now going over the notifications that the Fenix 5X can get. So it'll show you your missed calls, it'll show you your incoming calls. Now it'll show you all your text messages you get on the watch as well. But the only way to reply back using the watch is there's a quick reply feature. So it just has built-in text already there, so you can pick one of those responses, and that's the only way you can reply using the watch. It'll also show you your emails that'll pop up as well, and it does have the alarm on there as well, so you get vibrations and notifications of the alarm as well when you have it set up. And then you also have a calendar on the watch as well. So say if you have an event set up on your phone on the calendar, it'll actually have that event pop up on the calendar of your watch as well. So that's another notification you get. And you also have the Find My Phone feature as well, which if you're like me, I misplace everything every day. So it's a good feature to have, just so I can hear my phone ringing. I can go and look for it and find it way easier than not having anything ringing and just looking for it myself. And then you also have built-in storage, which is only 60 megabytes. Now, I know that's not a lot, but you also have to take into consideration all the memory it has on there already from the preloaded maps. So that's what takes up the big chunk of the memory, and then you have 16 megabytes to use as well. So like I said, not a lot. That's the only thing I have an issue with, but I really can't complain because of all the information it has in the maps. Now getting into battery life. So if you're using the watch in just smart mode, it'll last up to 12 days, which is awesome because you don't have to worry about charging it for those days. And if you're using the GPS continuously, in GPS mode, it'll last about 20 hours, which is really good. And then now to fully charge the watch from 0 to 100%, it'll take about 3 hours. Now that is a little bit longer, but you have to take into consideration how long the battery life does last for. So fair play to them. Now there is no NFC on the Fenix 5X, and there is Wi-Fi connection though, so you have no issue with that. You can find your network and connect to the Wi-Fi right on the watch. So the Garmin Fenix 5X is dust proof as well, and it is water resistant up to 10 atmospheres or 100 meters. So you have no issue getting in the water, tracking your swimming as well, because that is one of the activities it does track. No issue if you take it in the shower, if you're caught in the rain, your watch is going to be completely fine. And just one thing to quickly touch on is that the watch is not touchscreen, so you have to use the physical buttons to maneuver through the watch. And I think this is a useful feature just because that way they can make the glass with sapphire glass, so it's even harder, so you have less issues of getting scratches on there. And say, you know, if you're doing an activity, it's hard to sometimes scroll through with the touchscreen, right? And you accidentally press it, say if you have like long sleeves on, and it changes the screen, etc. So this way you have no issue, and you can just use the physical buttons, and it's way easier and way more convenient, especially if you're outside, just to quickly use the buttons and navigate through that. So that's a nice feature to have, especially for like a hiking watch or an outdoor watch. So now I'm just going to quickly touch on the things I really like about the Garmin Fenix 5X. So number one thing, I love the battery life. Even GPS mode, like I said, 20 hours, or if it's in smartwatch mode, 12 days. So I just love knowing I don't have to charge my watch every day or two. I love that it has an always on display, it's full color, and it's sunlight readable, so that's a nice feature to have, especially for an outdoor watch. I love that it has 24/7 heart rate tracking. I love that you can connect the chest strap as well, so that's cool. It does sleep tracking, so I like that it breaks everything down. I love that it's water resistant up to 100 meters, so I don't have to worry about getting it wet or being caught in the rain. And I absolutely love the build quality. Like, this thing is completely solid. It's literally built like a tank. Like, I've had this thing, I've hit it against the wall a bunch of times now, and literally just because of sapphire glass and everything, just the metal, no scratches whatsoever. So I love the build quality. And the Garmin Fenix 5X also has the ABC essentials as well. So ABC being altimeter, barometer, and compass. All perfect for your hiking and adventure needs. That's it for my review on the Garmin Fenix 5X. Feel free to comment down below if there's anything you want me to go over with the watch in depth, say, more in depth of GPS tracking, how to change watch faces, etc. So feel free to let me know and hit me with a comment down below. Also, make sure to smash those like and subscribe buttons down below as well. I am Omar from O-Rated. I'll catch you next time. Peace.